Alright guys, what's up? So I'm here with...
Rennie, how are you guys? It's been a while.
It has been a while.
What is that, like 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years, yeah.
Since the last time we filmed a video together?
We've been trying to get like some time to film together and we've always said, oh, let's meet up then, and it kind of falls through, but today we made it happen and we're going to be talking about veganism. She was actually vegan for how long?
I was vegan for like 3 months and then I was vegetarian for 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about like her whole experience as like why she went vegan in the first place and what was very difficult for her, the challenges she faced with family, friends, and just like what people thought about it in general, and then why she kind of stopped going vegan and went to vegetarian and so on. So we'll listen to her story right now.
So I went vegan, I think it was because of my best friend, because she was has been vegan / vegetarian since we were in like the 4th grade.
Okay.
And so I found a lot of motivation in her to be vegan, not even because we don't even live close together anymore, but you know, just her talking about the animals and just bringing more awareness to me. I love animals, I have animals myself, so it's really hard to cope with like how well I treat my animals, but then again I'm eating animals
It makes
as
you think
well.
what's the difference between your dog and a pig and a cat and a pig.
Exactly, so. And I love like going to petting zoos and like petting all the animals. I love animals.
What do you think about zoos in general? What do you think about that whole thing?
Like I've been wanting to go to the zoo for the past couple of years because I love to see animals, but then I also know the back end of it, and I don't really want to be contributing to that either. I really try my hardest, like to my day-to-day, to stay, not even try, but I find myself, like my protein shake is oat milk and protein, which is obviously, it's paleo protein, so it does have meat protein in there, but just like for an example, I use oat milk just because I like the taste better than regular milk. Regular milk upsets my stomach. I don't think
a lot of people are lactose intolerant. Actually,
I think
70 to 60%.
I think human beings shouldn't be drinking another, like no one's sucking on anyone's breast.
But we're never taught that in school, that, you know, we're the only animals that drink another animal's milk, which I think is very interesting. I never even knew that. I thought that cows just produce milk in general, but then I kind of, when you do your own research, you kind of figure out that
no, that's for the babies.
Yeah, exactly. It's for the babies, and they're ripped away when they're kids, and they never get a chance to be with their mothers. And it's like, I never realized that. So now knowing how we get our milk from, like, we're forcing these animals to be like artificially inseminated, raped.
Oh my god, guys! I'm gonna end this video and be a full-fledged vegan. I swear.
It's crazy. I mean, we're so disconnected, you know?
Yeah, and we were just talking about that before the camera turned on, how disconnected we are when it comes to the earth in general and how ignorant we are. And I think it's not even our fault at the end of the day. It's just kind of how society has raised us up to be. But we're doing so many things to the earth. That's horrible, but that's another story. That's another thing. So I went 3 months being vegan, and I really had it, because at the time, my coping mechanism for everything was a pint of Haagen-Dazs. So that was really hard for me to cope with, not having that. And I tried some vegan ice cream, and I have to say, I don't know if you guys have upped the ante in the past couple of years, but it was bad. when vegans first started really being prevalent in like the social media, like, you know, demographic and everything like that, I have to say your cheese was horrible, your ice cream was horrible. So that's what kind of steered me towards vegetarian, and I easily did that for 9 months. And then one day I was at a diner and was like, I want these nachos and it has turkey in it, so I'm just gonna eat it. And I've kind of been eating like meat. I'd say I eat meat like maybe 3 times a week. Usually.
So you try to cut down your consumption?
I don't try. It's just like I often find myself like eating like 2 mangoes for breakfast, just because that's what I like to eat. Like I don't really like sausage. There's a lot of meat that skeeps me out. Like the fat on meat really skeeps me out.
But do you think, talking about like how that skeeps you out, do you think that if we were actual carnivores meant to eat meat, we'd be grossed out by that? Because an actual lion, tiger, and all these animals that do eat meat, they don't care about that. They just eat it. So it kind of makes you think that.
100%.
You know?
Since I was little, like I couldn't even eat a McDonald's burger because I just throw it up. Like
I've never had a burger from a fast food restaurant.
Really? Yeah, I can't like do it. But yeah, I would really. I just like it's. Who makes it so hard to be vegan? I don't know. But I feel like because I've been struggling with eating for the past couple of months, I go through these phases where like I'll only have like 1 meal a day, which is horrible, and being a personal trainer, it's just like, what are you doing to yourself? But I get like so grossed out with like meat and food for a while that I just like stop eating. So now when I eat my one meal a day, I'm trying to get as much protein in there as I can possible, as well as getting like some carbs and the other macronutrients in there as well.
Awesome. That's great.
But like I grew up eating tofu with like rice and like soy sauce, like, and that was just a part of what we did, but it wasn't even to be vegan, it was just because we like tofu.
Exactly. So that's awesome, actually. You know, a lot of people are like, they don't even want to give it a shit. Like for me, for instance, I thought that tofu was disgusting, and just the whole idea of like a block that was just like, I don't know, just look weird.
Yeah.
But then you kind of look at like what an egg is, for instance. That's a chicken period. You know, like a lot of people don't know that. You know, it's an unfertilized egg. That's a chicken period. But when you tell people that, they're like, oh, they don't believe it.
So I'm very impressed with how much you know, because a lot of vegans like to throw it down your throat without anything to back it up, but saying the animals, okay, we all understand that, but I'm a personal trainer, I am very health conscious, so knowing all of that information about how it affects our body versus let's be good people, I think is very digestible, versus like, you know, just do it for the animals, because I mean at the end of the day we do have that disconnect, and it's so easy for us to turn that blind eye.
Sight out of mind.
But how can you turn a blind eye to your body?
Exactly.
And how it's functioning.
Like the facts are
how you feel every day. So I definitely have to say I love steak. It's like my go-to. I really don't ever crave chicken, pork, or anything like that. So I think after this conversation, I either want to go back to pescatarian, because that was very easy and manageable for me.
On another video we can talk about fish and stuff like that, because I do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I could go on like about like different things. Like we can do like different topics that we'll talk about. You know, since you were vegan and all that stuff, and like your ideas. Like I don't want to say that fish, you know, like fish is bad, like to consume, but I want to give you facts and stuff like that, and that's gonna take a while. So we'll talk about that in another video.
Yeah, we should do a pescatarian video.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll do like different topics like steak, chicken, pescatarian. That would be awesome actually. To talk about the actual physical animal and like what it goes through and whatnot, like why we think it's better than actually consuming steak or whatever, you know. So
So I think like the baby step would be, because I don't consume meat more than like 3 to 4 times a week. So I think the baby step would be going from 3 to 4 to once a week.
That'd be amazing.
I think that like is very doable for me, just because I've been close to a year, almost a year without meat. So I think it'd be doable.
That's awesome.
I think that's something I want to do, because I definitely feel lighter. I feel more energized when I'm eating great food, and also usually when I'm not eating meat. I don't personally consume any dairy unless it's like a secondary item, like if I'm out or something. I don't personally ever get cow's milk or anything of that nature, just because it really, really upsets my stomach. I get super bloated, and it's just not.
And that's because a lot of us are lactose intolerant. We mentioned that before. I'm not sure we caught that in there, but
yeah. So I already know how I feel. I'm very in tune with my body. I feel like people who work out, we have this like special sense that
you
like
listen to what goes on
exactly how you're feeling, because it all affects your training at the end of the day.
And another thing I want to just throw in there real quick about that. We mentioned athletes like, you know, there's Nehemiah Delgado, and just like celebrities like Miley Cyrus and Zac Efron, who are vegan, and Kyrie Irving, who's a basketball player. He's one of the best in the NBA. They're vegan, and that's for like health reasons, performance reasons. So if you don't want to do it for the animals, look at like what it does for your body. You know,
100%.
I'm for both, but you know, just
I'm for both as well. But I think it's easier to sway someone with
your own body. That's what. Yeah, I've heard many podcasts talk about that. Like when you talk about your own health and your own nutrition, people are like, "Oh shit, this is my body."
Yeah. How can you say, nah?
Exactly. Turn that like blind eye.
Yeah. How can you like? It's very easy for people to not see the slaughter, to not see the animals that they're hurting. But when you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're in tune with how you're feeling,
so true.
It's kind of hard to ignore that.
And what's interesting is like, you know, if you're afraid of building muscle, like where do you get your protein from? I go above my protein intake. I've been tracking on MyFitnessPal, and like I haven't lost muscle. You can see right here. You can gain muscle. You can be strong. You know, you're not going to be weak. So that's a big misconception. We'll talk about that later on in different videos as well. But yeah, so I'm very happy.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew Leo would would turn me out. I was like, by the end of this video, that was in the beginning. I know y'all heard it. I said by the end of this video, I'll be a full-fledged vegan. Not full-fledged, but he got me pretty close.
It's amazing, you know, I feel like once you plant a seed, you know, you don't want to ever force anyone to be aggressive with them, you know, like you want to be level, like headed in the conversation and just kind of like, you know, agree with what someone's saying. I feel like sometimes kind of like make them feel comfortable and then kind of just like introduce the facts, you know. Like
I also feel like you didn't come with so much emotion and a pain attached, which is what a lot of people who are like, oh my god, let's go to the vegans, because they have so much emotion, and it's not really like an exchange of information, it's more of an attack than it is, here are the facts.
Exactly.
What do you think?
Like a nice conversation, making it like a even playing field, you know. You're listening to I'm listening to you, and then you're listening to me, so we can like have a conversation rather than like one side. Exactly.
I'm like, okay, vegan.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, it's great, you know, I'm really happy that you were open to having this conversation with me, informing all these other people out there that want to make the change and want to learn more about veganism and just like the massive benefits that it has on the planet, your health, and etc. So we'll be making more videos like this and just keeping you guys informed. Like, comment below what you want to see, and if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to check her out.
Yes, we'll also be doing a video on my channel where I kind of ask questions that I really only came up with throughout this video that I have for Leo. So we'll have that on my channel. It'll be linked down below. Definitely subscribe, stay for more content, and you'll be seeing him on there as well. Sounds good, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to check her out. I'm going to leave her information in the description box below. Thanks again. See you in the next one.